Welcome to the debate. Look, our tactical eye test here at Sports Pulse HQ brings us to a massive structural question today. At what point does playing physical stop being basketball and start being like an actual combat sport?
Wait, combat sport? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious. We are looking at the WNBA retroactively throwing a flagrant 2 and a 1-game suspension at Phoenix's Alyssa Thomas after her closed fist caught Indiana's Caitlin Clark right in the throat. I am arguing that when a team's strategy to aggressively suffocate space gets downright dangerous, the league office has to step in as the ultimate safety net.
And I am arguing that this retroactive suspension is just a massive narrative crutch. Man, look at the tape. Our eye test showed a chaotic loose ball scramble, not some targeted assault. By stepping in after the fact, the league is just shielding Indiana's incredibly soft interior defense. And they're punishing Phoenix for executing completely legitimate veteran tactics.
Veteran tactics? Come on. Look, you cannot look at Wednesday's chaos in a vacuum. You have to go back to Monday night. Clark was absolutely dismantling Phoenix using that high screen offense. Mechanically, when a guard like Clark comes off a pick that high up the court, it stretches the defense to its absolute breaking point. Phoenix was left totally scrambling.
Yeah, they were scrambling, so Phoenix's coaching staff made the only tactical adjustment they could. They turned the paint into an absolute mosh pit.
A dangerous one.
Well, they started crowding the landing zones, cross-checking through those screens, and just putting bodies on Clark. And honestly, they had to. Even with all that pressure, she was carving them up and forcing a massive offensive rating. Phoenix had to drastically escalate the physicality to disrupt that rhythm.
Right, but that escalation is exactly the problem. Disruption is fine, but it boiled over into a full-on scrum. Clark drives, she takes a bump from held, goes down, and suddenly Thomas and Bonner are diving in. And in that chaos, bam, Thomas's closed fist catches Clark right in the windpipe. The live officials missed it. Sure, they called it a common play, but a flagrant 2 is designed specifically for unnecessary and excessive contact. The league had to upgrade it retroactively.
Hold on, no way. I absolutely do not buy that the league needed to intervene from some boardroom 3 days later. In real time, that was a genuine scramble for a loose ball. Like if you have played at a high level, you know that if the refs aren't blowing the whistle, you keep pushing the envelope. That is veteran basketball. Indiana gave up 111 points because they fundamentally refused to drop their hips, establish a wide base, and lay wood against Thomas. She dominated them structurally because she leveraged her lower body strength to own the space. Indiana just had no answer for it.
I see why you think that, but let me give you a completely different perspective here. You can't just wave away a closed fist to the windpipe as, veteran grit. When players fight for space, yes, it gets physical. But if we normalize strikes to the head and neck just because the refs lost control of the floor, we aren't playing basketball anymore. We are watching UFC. The league office exists precisely to draw a hard line where on-court tactics escalate into genuine injury risk.